Hey, what's up, you guys? Nick here. I know it has been a few weeks since I dropped a long format video. Now, before we get into this video discussing the best social media site for photographers, I should probably explain myself, especially because it's going to come with some major changes to the channel. Now, this video was supposed to be recorded on Monday so that I could release it on Tuesday, but as you can probably hear, I came down with the big flu over the weekend, and it kind of laid me up until today. So this is Friday's video. Now, before that, the issue I was running into is school is starting in a few weeks, and I've done a lot of behind the scenes kind of studio stuff over the summer since we re-got the studio, and those videos are really fun and really awesome to make, but they're also extremely time consuming. And so when I get into the studio, when I take those photos are gonna remain as YouTube shorts, and I'm gonna use them for TikToks because of that, and I'll probably do some behind the scene footage. But because I am going into a much more difficult semester, again, I'm working on my master's in history currently, I need to make sure that I am producing quality videos that aren't super time consuming on my side, because I don't wanna gyp you with low quality videos of behind the scenes where I'm like rushing things and the edits are bad or anything like that. So instead of producing videos like that, I had to come up with what kind of content works for this channel, works for you guys, but is still high quality, but less time consuming for me to make. So this format here, whether we're gonna be at the studio, because the studio's in the same town I'm going to college, so I will be there every day, Monday through Friday, or if it's going to be here like this in my office, videos like this. So today we're talking about the best social media sites for photographers. And in the future, I've planned out some videos where I'm gonna take a photo, just one of my photos, and I'll show you exactly how I set up the lighting to take that photo and what settings I used and why I chose that lighting. And we're gonna break down photos I've done in the past. We're going to talk about cameras, we're gonna talk about color science, we're gonna talk about things like that in this format. It's a little less time consuming, but when I first started the channel, this is how I did videos because I was working 60 hours a week as a mechanic, and so this allowed me to make quality videos without being overly time consuming, and then during breaks, we'll go back to studio behind the scenes. I still have a bunch of those behind the scene videos that we will be dropping throughout the school year as well if you came to the channel because you enjoyed those. So, the best social media site for photographers. Now I'm gonna start by talking about what you're looking for in a social media site. And we're gonna have different categories. So the first category is marketing. You're looking for a social media site to market your work to find clients. The second one I wanna discuss is you're looking to upload your work to show it off, to share your artwork with other people. So those are the two categories we're gonna focus on today. Now the first one I wanna talk about is marketing to clients. Generally, my rule of thumb with that has been have a website, they're not really expensive, and to work word of mouth. I have found that the vast majority of social media, unless you're willing to pay for advertising, doesn't bode well for marketing. Now, I've been doing this professionally for 5 or 6 years now, and I found that the most success I've had is on Facebook, and that is because you can set up a business page, you can pay for the marketing, you have very, very clear ways to set up your marketing, so it's targeting people that are local to you, people that are close to you, people can leave reviews, you can discuss with people, the messenger is all set up, there's a business suite for Facebook. The issue with Twitter is one of the best things about Twitter, and that is the algorithm is almost non-existent. And because the algorithm is almost non-existent on Twitter, really it's easier for people to find your work, but that plays against you because you want something that's gonna be targeted to your audience nearby. Like if you're in Colorado like I am, I don't care about clients in California. I don't care about clients in Oregon, unless they're coming to visit Colorado. That being said, let's talk about Instagram. I think Instagram is hands down the worst all-around social media for photographers. Now, the reason I say that is Instagram's algorithm has just gone insane, like absolutely insane. I cannot believe what they did. Now, I remember Instagram back when it was based on who posted most recently, and then they did popularity, and now it's Reels. Now, working Instagram is a pain. I don't even post on Instagram anymore. Now, here's the folly with Instagram. With Facebook, people like your page, right? They follow your page. When you post, if they've engaged or you engage with them, they'll see your posts pretty easily. Instagram, I have watched where if you're not following what they want you to be doing, you generally don't get that engagement. And what I mean by that is when I first started building my Instagram, you could post, use the right hashtags, engage with others, your post would be seen, you'd get likes, you'd get follows, all that jazz, you could build an audience. And then it turned into, well, you have to post stories. Okay, so now I've got to do posts and stories. And then it turned into, well, you got to post 3 times a day and post 2 stories a day. And now it's Reels. They want you to make a 90-second original reel that isn't on TikTok, that isn't on YouTube. It's an original one just for Instagram. And yet, you put in that work for it. Instagram doesn't offer a lot when it comes to Business Suite. It doesn't offer the same kind of amenities that Facebook does. On Facebook, I can post specials that get engagement. I can post my photos that'll be seen. I can do targeted ads. Like and yes, you can do that on Instagram, but the Instagram platform is moving away from being a photographer's paradise and turning into play by our rules. So Instagram is completely off the docket. It's not there if you want your work to be seen. It's definitely not there from a business perspective. You're better off on Facebook in that matter. Twitter's great if you want your work to be seen just because of the way the algorithm on Twitter works and the hashtags, and you hit the trending just right. And I've had some posts on Twitter do really, really well, even though I have like 200 followers. I don't really use Twitter all that much anymore either. They are also going for that whole shorts kind of Twitter story kind of thing. It's like everyone was trying to copy Snapchat with stories, and now everyone's trying to copy TikTok, which, before we get into TikTok, I want to talk about like Flickr and Photopixel and not Photopixel, but all those photographer social media sites. Now, I have looked into the photographer social media sites. I have no account on any of them. They're just a huge waste of time. And to put this nicely, it's just a bunch of photographers circle jerking one another or being dicks to one another. They're either really being mean to each other or they're just kind of doing these crazy follow trains. Granted, you see that on Instagram, you see that on Twitter, you see that on Facebook. But I see it the worst on those photographer social media sites, and I just stay off of that. I'm not interested in engaging with that, especially because I'm usually looking for clients. So when I'm looking for clients, other photographers aren't going to be my clients. I'm going to do a quick little offshoot about that. If you're on photography and modeling Facebook pages, I'm on several here in Colorado, like Colorado Cameras and Models, stuff like that. It's kind of a waste of time to post that you're looking for clients and offering specials. We're going to do a whole video on whether or not you should pay models and whether or not models should pay photographers. That's going to be another one of the videos like this, but that's coming up in the next several weeks. I'm still working on the outline for that video. The fact is, though, Facebook is the best social media site if you're looking for clients. Again, you can aim it to a local audience. There's so many options of what are your hours, how to contact you, what your rates are going to be, reviews, all that stuff. Facebook is absolutely the best for that, but that's not saying a whole lot. Really, you should have a good website. And I was against a website for a really long time, but the algorithm changes and the way everyone's competing with TikTok, which we're going to get to in a moment, a website is the best route to go. I get an average from Google Analytics. I just started my website. I'll have a link for it down below if you want to check it out. It's still a work in progress because I'm not paying someone to do it, so I'm doing it myself. I get an average 500 views a month. I've gotten several clients from that. It's really about blogging. So that's the thing, is if you're looking to make money on this, are you going to spend your time doing 3 90-second stories, so 3 90-second reels on Instagram, a story, photos with 30 tags, and all the tags have to be different every 4th upload or whatever? Like, Instagram's rules for shadow banning are super strange, and they're not all known. But so Instagram seems like huge write-off at this point in time. Twitter's great if you want to be seen, but again, as far as marketing is concerned or finding clients is probably not the best bet. Facebook is where it's at, and having your own website and using SEO to make you stand out on those websites. If you look up pink hat photography on Google, I like the entire page is me. Northern Colorado photography, I come up, I think 4th or 5th last time I looked, it's been a few months now, as a Northern Colorado photographer. And so that being said, let's talk about TikTok. I personally believe that everyone is in this foot race with TikTok, and YouTube is doing the same thing with YouTube Shorts. But the fact of the matter is, TikTok, if you're trying to get your work seen and you want to be a part of a community that is generally really, really supportive, I have found that the photographers on TikTok are some of the best I've ever seen, some of the most creative I've ever seen, and some of the friendliest I have ever seen. Now, YouTube Shorts, YouTube is my main video uploading, my main video hosting site, and I do a lot of YouTube Shorts, but TikTok is better. TikTok is leaps and bounds better than YouTube Shorts, and let me tell you why. I have approximately 600 followers on TikTok. I post, not for the last 3 weeks, but I generally post like once a day, one of the 5 YouTube Shorts that I upload every day, and I can guarantee some progress. So for a while there, for the first month or so I was doing that, I'd get 100 to 200 views, and then it became 300 to 400 views, and now I can pretty much guarantee that I will get almost 600 to 700 views on every TikTok that I upload. Now that's not a super guarantee, but for the most part, that's my average, 600 to 700. Some of them have blown up. I've got one with like 10,000 views, and I've got a few with like 12 views and stuff like that. But the problem with YouTube Shorts is I can upload 5 a day. And I tried this. I tried this for 2 months straight. I uploaded 5 YouTube Shorts a day. I used popular music, tags, no tags, captions, unpopular music. There's no rhythm or rhyme to the YouTube Shorts algorithm or the YouTube Short shelf. I can upload 5 videos in a day. 3 of them will get 20 views. 1 of them will get 10,000 views, maybe, or I could upload 5 in a day and get no views on any of them, or I could upload 5 in a day and get a few hundred views on each one of them. So the YouTube Shorts short shelf is a joke. So if you want your work to be seen and you want a really good community, I think TikTok is the best social media platform for photographers, and that might seem contrary, like, well, Nick, TikTok is a video sharing site. Well, you want to know what my TikToks look like? They look like my YouTube Shorts. It is a 7 to 8 second video, and it's literally a zoom in, a crop zoom of the model, and then it zooms out to show the whole photo with a witty caption and a song. That's it. So I'm sharing my photos, and they're getting seen, they're getting liked, they're getting commented on, and it's a kind of a nice feeling. Am I gaining clients from TikTok? Absolutely not. But it's a way for me to share my work and to share the art I'm creating and get critiqued and join this community, what Instagram used to offer. And what I hope YouTube does is eventually reach that point where they're doing kind of the same thing with the algorithm. I think it's just still kind of young, YouTube Shorts is. So TikTok overall is the best social media site for photographers who are trying to share their work and trying to be part of a larger community. That being said, Facebook is the best one if you are trying to do it from a business perspective. And, you know, a lot of people will be like, well, young people aren't on Facebook. Generally, it's not young people paying for photo shoots. That's one thing you have to remember. Paying for a photo session is generally parents looking for senior photos, graduation photos, things like that. They're on Facebook. People that are engaged, getting married, things like that, and they're generally on Facebook. It's pretty rare that they're not. And if they're not, they're going to be on TikTok, and they might see you on TikTok as local. But that all being said, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, those are the 3 social media platforms I use almost exclusively at this point. I refuse to upload on Instagram because they've just gone down the toilet. Twitter's all right. There's not a lot of people on Twitter. Like they say there's a lot of people, there's not really a lot of people on Twitter. YouTube is great for video hosting. It doesn't do well with the kind of shorts that I make. So TikTok is where it's been for me. So those are the 2 best social media sites for photographers, TikTok and Facebook, based on what you need. If you want to do both like I do, Facebook and TikTok are great. You can share your TikToks on the little Facebook story that you guys have now. Again, they used to compete with Snapchat, so that's where we are with that. But building your own website is probably going to be the strongest suit to find clients local to you, as well as having a Facebook And what I mean by all that is work put in, reward put back out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like this format. We're going to be doing a lot more videos in this format. We are going to be doing the video probably next week. We're doing the A7 III review, and the R6 review will be the week after that, the Canon R6 review. And then the week after that will be, should photographers pay models? Should models pay photographers? We're going to do a whole video on that because the Colorado photography scene is super interesting, and I really want to talk about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe. I have a lot more videos like this planned. I'm sorry I went on a 3-week hiatus. I'll try not to do that again. You guys have a good one.